Welcome back. I'm joined by Championship correspondent Pascal Lemire to preview Saturday's clash between Charlton and Rotherham. Pascal, start with the away side to a really good win against Bolton on Tuesday.
Very impressive. I know Bolton, they might have been a bit tired from that FA Cup tie they had at Anfield, but to score 4 goals without reply like they did, it was very impressive. They went 4-0 up. I think in the end it was a 4-2, but it's such an impressive win for them. Obviously they were right down just above the bottom 3, and they've now moved 5 points clear of the drop zone. So that's huge for them. To move that, get that gap to the bottom 3. Obviously Millwall, Wigan, and Blackpool really struggling down there. And it looks at the moment sort of like the sort of sides above them might pull away a little bit, but that was a really impressive win because Bolton, they've been decent under Neil Lennon. I think it was very important for Rotherham because this game's a big one for them against Charlton because they've got a really tough run coming up. They play Ipswich, Blackburn, Derby, Wolves and Watford in the next 5 games. And apart from Blackburn, you look at all those other sides, they're all sides in the playoff and promotion hunt. So I think this game for Rotherham is massive because the next 5 games, you can't really see them winning any of them. So it's a huge game for them.
Moving to the home side, they went to the match off the back of a goalless draw of Wolves.
Yeah, it was a decent point for him. It was his first game for Guy Luzon since he got his work permit. Obviously, he missed the game before that because they didn't get his work permit sorted in time. But he came in, went to Wolves, who'd won 4 in a row going into that game, and they managed to hold it to a 0-0 draw. I think it's Charlton, they've had so many 0-0s this season. Luzon in his previous job has been sort of famed for defensive coaching and sort of shoring teams up. But they've been pretty good at that already. So they'll probably keep a few more clean sheets, but they need to start signing some attacking players, I think. They're without a win in 11 games now, and obviously down to 17th in the table. I mentioned sides like Rotherham, Leeds, who won their last game as well. The sides below Charlton are playing a little bit better. So, if results go against Charlton this weekend, they could be down to 21st in the table, just above the bottom 3, which, for a side, they started the season with a really good unbeaten run. I think they had the longest unbeaten run at the start of the season out of anyone. There was a lot of draws in that, but they were a top half side for a long time, and they've since sort of fallen off the cliff a bit. Obviously, Luzon's come in. It'll be interesting to see if he brings in any new players, but at the moment, Charlton is more about sort of just keeping above water, really. And a game against Rotherham, a side below them, is a big one for them as well.
As well for Charlton, you betting them to pick up a win?
I am, to be honest. I think Luzon in his first home game, they haven't won at 6 games in home, but I think Rotherham, obviously, they've been in action, in midweek. They might be a bit tired because that was a big performance they had against Bolton. But I think Charlton back at home in the new manager's first home game, I'm just going to back them to win 1-0.
I'm going for a 1-0 home win.